How you doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chris Connecticut Landlord. We're going to be going over personal responsibilities today, as far as landlording goes, as well as a few other topics I think are important to reinforce. Now, look, right now there's a global pandemic going on. The federal government has frozen evictions. I'm proud to say that I have not had any real major problems. Anybody go past the 15th of the month because people want to stay in my buildings, flat out. Okay, that's how important the landlord-tenant relationship is. Now, as an adult, as a business person, it's a very hard thing to maintain. You're dealing with a lot of different personalities. You have to remember improving your asset is improving your asset. So if there's something that they would like done, it's like an optional thing. Can you create a good tenant relationship, and what's it going to cost you at the end of the day? All right. Heat, hot water. Everybody's heard me talk about that before. You better have someone in line to fix heat and hot water immediately. I'm talking like within 24 hours. Okay. Maintain the place, visit the place, and remember they're your customers. Now, don't want to take advantage. That's where the hard part comes in. There's certain things you just can't allow people to do. I happen to allow pets in one of my buildings. A woman came along with a chihuahua, little tiny chihuahua, and 6-8 months later, a pit bull shows up. It's not hers. It's not hers, but it is a pit bull, and it's there in the unit. So something like that, it just has to go. Okay. It's in the lease, specifically small dogs of kind nature. That's a big dog without a kind nature. So her thinking was perhaps she'd find another apartment. That's fine. Okay, you can't let them take advantage of you. You can't let them think that they have something on you. At the same time, Christmas or Thanksgiving, toward the end of the year, give all your tenants that have been good payers, they've notified you of sink leaks or whatever small problems before they became big problems, give them some kind of bonus, Stop and Shop gift card. One year I bought food for all the units, boxed it all up, went around and delivered it all. That showed a little bit more of a personal touch than just a card. Gift cards are still nice at Christmas. Use your American Express all year. Take all your points, get all your free gift cards in $25 denominations. Give them to your good tenants, and there you go. So let's move on. I've been hearing from other landlords about how this eviction ban has negatively impacted their business. And I simply don't think that's correct in a lot of cases. Okay? When you speak with them further, They have tenants that should have been evicted before the ban was even implemented, that they did not evict. Now, it's business. It's never personal. Okay? You're trying to turn a profit. And business is business. If they are not paying you, you need to address it immediately. I do not go full force for eviction immediately. I go for the face-to-face conversation so I can read body language, look someone in the eye, see what, after 43 years on this earth, assess what I might have to deal with, okay? If you speak with them, look, John homeowner, Jane homeowner, or apartment tenant rather, excuse me, look, you know, you're behind, what are we going to do about this? All right? Do you have anything now? What can you give me? So on and so forth. And they immediately, sometimes they'll hand you $400, $500 cash out of $1,000. Immediately go back to your office, write up a payment schedule with weekly dates of how much is going to come in, and they're going to tell you during your first conversation, I can give you $250 this week, $250 next week, $250 the week after. Put that in writing with the dates, print off 2 copies, go back the next week to collect your rent, and make them sign one of the copies. Keep that copy, give it to them. At the bottom, it says, failing to abide by this payment agreement can and will lead to eviction. You go one more week, you're at the end of the month, you've barely been handed anything. You go back, again, face-to-face. You can't have face-to-faces with people, just call the marshal. All right, you're going to have to bite the bullet. And if they have nothing for you in the way of money, just tell them, I'm sorry, I can't allow you to stay here. At the end of the day, I have to collect this rent. It's just a business. It's not personal. And then you can kind of get into the gray areas. If you allow yourself to, you got to gauge, do you have a tenant that's been with you 5 years, just lost their job, and you're dealing with a truthful person who always paid you? You can give them a little more leash, okay? But it can't be allowed to continue. If you keep going a few weeks out, what you are much better off doing is filling that vacancy. So, they've capped the cost on eviction in Connecticut. And again, I'm not an attorney, I don't claim to be. I'm not giving anybody legal advice here. At about $850, okay? So that's what you can pay. Above and beyond that, you can't pay. Your attorney can't charge you for your eviction. All right, so you got some money that you're going to have to play with here. Are you going to allocate that to your attorney? Or are you going to allocate that toward maybe getting a cooperative person out? All right, that's where cash for keys comes right in. You're at the end of the month. They're not finding another job. I'll give you $400. Get out next month. I don't care where you go. Tell whoever to call me. I'll tell them you're the best tenant in the whole wide world. Get out next month. By the end of the month, I'll give you $400. All right. I'll keep your deposit. Maybe you might want to just get the hell rid of them. Okay. And look, I'll give you the deposit. I'll give you $200. All right. You can't sacrifice your time and making money for your emotions. All right. Oh, and it feels good to work with this person and da da da. No. All right. they're your customer. If they're not paying, it's the same as if the